over to Nadia. If you can just share a bit more information about how you got your funding and what advice you can give to all of us who are still looking for funding as startups. Please go ahead.
Thanks,
the floor is yours.
So just to clarify, I help startups in investor relations, so to raise funding. So and I'm busy raising with partners a fund. So raising a fund and raising fund for a startup, they have very many similarities. It's a very big business development exercise, and I suppose it's a volume game as well, which is the same. But so I work across investor relations in Dubai, and I help predominantly female founders raise capital for their businesses. Raising capital is a full-time job, and often it's either startups that I've personally angel invested in or have come through my network, and I do a lot of ecosystem building and their business development on to reach out to investors and connect them to the startups. And they really, the question that's put forward is how to make yourself more attractive to investors, and I don't really think it's more about how to connect yourself with an investor. It's a relationship at the end of the day, and for me there's really 4 points about be clear with your vision, concise in your delivery, commitment to your numbers, and confidence matters. If you don't really believe what you're saying, why should the investor? And I often see, often have conversations with founders. I love their businesses, I know what they do, and when you put them in front of an investor to pitch, it's just this awkward power play, and it shouldn't be like that. It's the investor they don't wake up going, oh, I don't want to find a startup to fund today. They want to generally understand your business, have taken the time to learn more about you, and it's really important that you come across concise and clear, and have a little bit of confidence in your numbers, and connect with them in that way. So yeah, it's just those points come across a lot of the time. Just wanted to share that.
Great, thank you, Nadia. So what would you, and I mean, I know that the delivery and probably even the types of startups that the funding institutions reply to or respond to are within various industries, right? Mm-hmm. But what would you say are the key points or the key elements that a startup should pay attention to? Besides anything at all, what could we put in our proposal or in our as the forefront as the selling point to institutions before they even ask, before we even dive deeper into research? If our startup, what can I put forward as a selling point?
That's a very good question, and I can just speak from experience as an angel investor or someone who's worked between investors and with startups in Dubai and predominantly female-led, is prospecting the right investors and actually do your research. You can't. Fundraising or startup fundraising it's a very big job to do, so you might as well just do it properly from the onset. You need to do your research about the funds you're contacting, look at the fund's past pipeline, portfolio, their investment thesis, their team, stalk them on LinkedIn, do your background checks, read the news, so that when you email them or personalized LinkedIn, it's personalized. You know, the prospecting the right investor for your business, first of all. The spray and pray approach, you know, spray the messaging out and then hope it lands, like pray it lands, doesn't really bode well. And investors understand that you're doing a business development exercise and that volume counts, but that personalized approach really does go a long way. And warm intros, you know, check if you've got contacts who know or access otherwise. Warm intros always work a lot better. And if it's a cold email, keep it short. And when you say what needs to be highlighted, ask yourself as a startup, what are you most proud of? You know, what are the things in your business that are highlights for you, and that comes across to the investor too. You know, a little bit of like 1 or 2 lines about what your business is about, why you're reaching out to that particular fund, and then, you know, what stands out for you. If there's news articles on you, if there's traction, doesn't have to be revenue, could be data points that you're really excited about. You know, it's whatever is a highlight for you needs to come across as a highlight to that investor. And follow up and follow through is the other thing as well. You know, everybody's busy. There's so many channels that you're going at any given time. WhatsApp, Slack, email, LinkedIn. Sometimes the investor's not getting back to you because they actually probably haven't seen it. You just follow up, follow through, be consistent, and believe in yourself, I would say. But if you ask the question, what stands out, I would ask it back to the startup, what stands out for you, you know, and highlight that to the investor. And in early stage, I really believe that there's a little bit of a disconnect between what I see here and what is believed to be early stage in South Africa. There's a lot of like early stage is really particular. You shouldn't be having to present perfect decks. You shouldn't be having to present revenue. You know, it's early stage in South Africa, or early stage in general, is just is a different ball game. And I don't think a lot of the funds and a lot of the institutions really understand early stage, what comes out of an accelerator, and that needs to change on our part. You know, and for me, when I get a deck, I don't expect it to be perfect, and it's up to me as the investor to have a conversation with that startup, and really understand the vision and the value prop behind that business.